Hello all, so we are at exercise number 9 for CKAD exercises. So here we are going to explore about various types of the health checks or a readiness probe, liveness probe and startup probe. So starting with a readiness probe, it basically checks whether your application is ready to accept your incoming request or incoming traffic or not, right? Sometimes your application has already been started, but it might be executing some of the execution procedures with respect to, let's say, establishing a connection with a database, preparing your data for that matter. So we will be using readiness probe in those kind of the cases, right? The second one being liveness probe. So it's basic type of the health check, wherein it basically tries to check or identify the application responsiveness. And then there is a startup probe. So for example, I might want to predetermine certain duration of time. Let's say 1 minute, 2 minutes or 5 minutes for, let's say, legacy applications. After that particular duration, I would like my liveness probe to get instantiated or startup, right? So for that reason, we probably can have a look at startup probe as well. And then there are certain ways by which I can make a use of these probes. I can execute custom commands like cat. I can basically execute HTTP GET request. So if we are getting a response code of 200, that basically indicates success. A code above 400 basically indicates error for that matter. And we can also make a use of TCP socket connection for that matter. So without any delay, I will be moving on to the terminal and would like to see whether any kind of the pods are running as of now. So there are no pods running as of now in my default namespace. So this is my VS code. This is the YAML file I am going to make a use of. And similarly for the readiness probe, I am going to use this particular manifest file. And if you're interested in this manifest file, I would recommend if you can refer my GitHub repository for that matter, CKAD exercises. And here I have basically kept a manifest file for a readiness probe, and similarly for the liveness probe you will be getting that particular file, and I am basically making the use of these files in my demonstration as well. Move back to my terminal. So I would be making a use of declarative method. I would say file, I would say readiness. So this is the YAML file, get pods. So you can see that as of now, my pod is not running. If you can really see the ready status, you can see that the status is running, but in ready, you can see that there is no container which is running as of now. So there might be a delay. As I would suggest, as I have suggested earlier, the application might have been started, but there might be little bit of the time or some kind of the execution procedures that are carrying out for that matter, right? I execute this particular command once again. You can see that 1 out of 1 container is ready and running as of now. So what I really want to do is describe pods. I would say readiness pod, and I would say grep -c, I would say 2, and here I will be giving readiness. So here you can see that in my example, basically you can see the number of the counts for the success is 1 and number of the count for the success failure is 3 basically, right? So the readiness probe has been instantiated at the very start of the container itself. And however, when that particular probe is launched, you can see the success number of the times the success is there is 1, and 3 times we have seen the failure already. And similarly, I will clear my screen. I would like to give an example about liveness probe as well. So you can see get pods. So you can immediately see that my container is up and started and running already. So what I'm going to do again is describe, I would say pods, and this time I will be interested in liveness pod, and again I will be making a use of grep. I would say -c and just 1 line and liveness for that matter. So you can see again that once this particular probe is being instantiated, you can see that we have got a success 1 number of times and failure 3 number of times. This is what I really want to demonstrate, and some other stuff which might be interesting here is you can also make a use of some of the attributes like this. The first being, you can wait for 5 seconds or 10 seconds before your probe is getting instantiated. Period seconds being, there is certain duration of interval after which you really want to do the health check time and again, and there are other attributes for that matter. I will see you in the subsequent exercise with respect to the CKAD. So thank you for this particular video.